Hi Pisces, welcome to your love reading for the weeks of November 26th through December 9th. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. For the month of December, I am doing bi-weekly love readings. This is my Christmas gift to my viewers. There's a possibility that I may continue to do this in 2018, but I'm not sure yet. To stay updated, I have created an updates page on my website, channelguidance.com. Just go back there and you also get to see what decks I'm going to be using before I actually post the readings. I also have the dates of when I will be posting the next bi-weekly readings. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly what I've been doing for the monthly readings, pulling cards from both decks, but I'm also going to pull one card from the Enchanted Map, and then I will leave you with one card from the Whispers of Love. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Let's get 9 cards for you from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Pisces for the weeks of November 26th through December 9th. You have the Five of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Pisces, November 26th through December 9th. The Moon. The High Priestess. Love reading for Pisces, November 26th to December 9th. The King of Swords. The Four of Cups. The Eight of Swords. Love reading for Pisces, November 26th to December 9th. The Queen of Swords. Interesting, it's lined up there with the King. The Queen of Wands. And the Eight of Wands. Now, one thing I am doing different for the main energy is I'm not going to go with what's at the bottom of the deck. I'm just going to focus and ask, what is the most important message that the sign of Pisces needs to hear from November 26th to December 9th? The Seven of Pentacles. So this means that you need to be patient with your love life, whatever it is that's going on, single or coupled. You need to be very patient. You need to make careful decisions. I feel like there's a lot for you to think about, a lot for you to review. Okay, so we will come back to that to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. And I do see a lot of things going on here. So in the top row, you have the Five of Swords, the Moon, and the High Priestess. So, I mean, like here, there's a strong message of like intuition. And the sign of Pisces is usually like you're very intuitive and you're very psychic. And I mean, the Five of Swords, this is kind of like red flag energy where someone may not be who you think they are. And I feel like if you're in a relationship where you think there's something a little bit off, or you feel like your partner's not being honest with you, and the Moon can also represent deceit. If you feel like you're being lied to in some way, or you're being betrayed, I feel like your intuition is going to be screaming at you that something is wrong here, something is off. Remember that the main energy was telling you to really look at things very carefully. So if you've had suspicions, I mean, this may not be for everyone, but I do see it in these 3 cards in the main energy. If you've had suspicions about someone not being who they say they are, this could even be somebody new in your life, for those who are single, but even for couples, if you feel like, you know, you're being lied to in some way, Pisces is very intuitive. Listen to your intuition. But the Five of Swords, I mean, this is also, you know, be careful when making decisions. And I feel like, you know, any decisions that you make during these 2 weeks regarding your love life, really, again, 2 messages of intuition here. Don't make spontaneous decisions where, you know, maybe you just throw caution to the wind and take someone back from the past, someone that lied to you, or maybe left you on your wedding day, or someone that really hurt you. I feel like you have to be really careful when making decisions, because the Five of Swords means that you might make a decision where you look back and wish you had not done that. And again, with the main energy being the Seven of Pentacles, this is saying be very careful and really think things through very carefully, weigh all of your options. And I guess, again, use your intuition, the Moon and the High Priestess. I also feel like you're going to be led to decisions by your intuition as far as what is right and what is wrong for you. when it comes to your love life. So this could apply to new people that you're meeting, where again your intuition immediately says yes. If there is someone that you're meeting and during these 2 weeks where there's just a sense of fear, but your heart is telling you get to know them, make sure you're listening to your intuition, because this isn't all, it does not all have to be negative. But I do feel with the Five of Swords that there is like something that you're having to make a decision in some way, and again you're being guided by your intuition. So let's look at the middle row. King of Swords, Four of Cups, Eight of Swords. Now I don't usually like jump down to the next row, but I mean you do have the Queen right under him. So they're really emphasizing an air sign here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could even be you if you have a moon or rising sign in that element. It could be your partner or someone new coming into your life. There is strange energy around this person. There is, you know, you have the Four of Cups, which is someone feeling bored in a relationship or in a marriage and feeling trapped, with the Eight of Swords. This could even be, I mean, looking at the top row, that, you know, someone could be in denial. Someone could be in denial where, you know, you're trying to, you know, convince yourself that everything is okay in a relationship or marriage, but someone is just kind of, you know, feeling really bored and really unhappy, and then you feel completely trapped with the Eight of Swords. You feel like, you know, maybe there's nothing that you can do because you have children or you've been married for a long time. There's just the energy of unhappiness around an air sign. And it can be for couples, but it can also be for singles. I feel like it could be that, you know, you're feeling unhappy being single, but with the Eight of Swords, it's like something is preventing you from moving forward. Maybe something that happened in the past. I feel like you feel unable to kind of change your situation. It could be that you're meeting all the wrong people, but I mean there is a strong energy here of an air sign. So for those who are single, it could be that you see the King and the Queen, because you could be meeting someone who is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female. Now let's move on to the bottom row here. So there is another court card. You not only have the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So again, an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, with the Eight of Wands. So I mean the Eight of Wands is a really positive card of excitement and change, and sometimes even like some type of communication or even travel. Some of you could be traveling maybe to see an air sign or to see a fire sign, or somebody could be traveling to see you. But there could also be, you know, really exciting communication. There could also be some type of movement in your love life where you have been waiting and waiting and waiting. That is the energy of the Eight of Wands. Finally something happens after things having been very quiet. So maybe someone you had been hoping to hear from and you had heard nothing from them. Suddenly you hear from them, and there's a lot of excitement around this. Again, this could be someone who is an air sign or someone who is a fire sign. Okay, so let's see what other messages come up from the same deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for November 26th through December 9th? Four of Wands, Page of Cups, Seven of Wands. I'll just put it here so you can see it. So Four of Wands and Page of Cups. So for some of you, I mean, this is marriage here with the Four of Wands, and the Page of Cups again can be a relationship. Let's just go with that first, because I feel like, you know, this is for those who are already coupled or married. So your marriage is coming up, or it could be a relationship is moving towards marriage. I feel like if you want to move, you know, you want to reach a higher level of commitment, there has to be communication. There has to be a heart-to-heart conversation because of the Page of Cups. But also you may have to really stand up for yourself because you have the Seven of Wands. So it could be that you have to confront your partner. Maybe you've been dating for a very long time. It could be that that is what this is all about. That maybe there's something you don't want to see, where you're having to use your intuition, or maybe it's time to say something. Maybe that's why there is unhappiness here with the Four of Cups. So for some of you, it could be that you're ready for a higher level of commitment, but there has to be a heart-to-heart conversation, telling your partner exactly how you feel, exactly, you know, what you want from them, what you want from the relationship. But there's a need to really kind of speak up. So I feel like for some of you, you may have a partner where they're kind of dragging their feet and they're just kind of happy with the way things are, but I kind of feel that based on what I see, I feel that you're not happy with the way things are. And you feel trapped, but you're being guided by your intuition to take action. And for some of you, you are ready for marriage. Now, if you're already married, I feel like, couples, those who are already married, there's a need to communicate more. I still feel like there's something off when it comes to those who are married. Having the Seven of Wands here, this means that you have to confront your partner in some way. Because, I feel like there's something off in this reading. Five of Swords and the Four of Cups. There's a sense of being unhappy and, being stuck. So I feel like there's a need to confront your partner for whatever's going on. Hard to say in a general reading what is kind of creating this unhappiness, why you feel trapped. There's a need to confront your partner and really kind of speak from the heart with the Page of Cups. Tell them what it is that is bothering you. Tell them what it is that you feel needs to change in the relationship. Because here, somebody feels just completely powerless and trapped. Again, feeling unhappy. There's a need to really communicate. Speak from the heart. Again, you're being guided by your intuition. And I feel like if you're not speaking up, that's where this card comes in. It could be that something happens where you regret not really telling them how you felt. Okay, so let's get some more confirmation from this deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for November 26th to December 9th? You have the Five of Cups. So you have the Five of Cups right next to the Five of Swords. The Knight of Cups. And the Three of Swords. Ouch, I'll put it here so you can see it. There is definitely something going on. I mean, let me get the main energy from this deck. I almost forgot. What is the most important message that Pisces needs to hear for November 26th through December 9th from this deck? Page of Pentacles. This is a lot like the Seven of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is telling you not only to communicate. I mean, you already had that message over here. The pages represent communication, but the Page of Pentacles is taking it a little bit further, and it's telling you that there's something for you to learn here. So I feel like if you're going through something really difficult, and I see really painful energy here, there's something that you need to see. There is something to learn from the situation. It could be that a marriage is ending or that a relationship is ending. There's something to learn here. But also here, you need to look at all the facts, because there could be something that you're missing. And that was, the same energy from the Seven of Pentacles. Be very careful, be patient, weigh all your options when it comes to your love life. So let's look at these three cards. So you have really kind of painful energy here. Five of Cups, Three of Swords. These are really, painful cards. They are cards that represent, a breakup. With the Five of Cups, you're just devastated that something didn't work out. And then you have the Three of Swords, which is, the breakup card, the divorce card. Because they are here with the Knight of Cups right in the middle of them, I feel like there is some type of positive change in your love life, but I feel like this has to start with you. Both of the main energies are telling you to look at something very carefully. And you have, some pages telling you there has to be communication. So I feel like where you have been hurt profoundly, because again, Five of Cups and Three of Swords pulled together, that's a lot of heartache. There is positive movement here. It could even be that someone returns from the past, because the Knight of Cups is that kind of knight in shining armor energy, but it is just positive movement in your love life. A proposal, an offer of love, somebody wanting to get back together with you. Or maybe, you have to be careful when making this decision, because it could be that, that this person broke your heart, they lied to you, they betrayed you in some way. This does tie in with the very first card I pulled for you, the Five of Swords, which is telling you, be careful when making a decision, or you could regret it looking back. So, there's painful energy here, and, for singles, it could be that, you've been dwelling in this energy of the Five of Cups and Three of Swords long enough. And the Knight of Cups is here to tell you it's time for movement in your love life. Stop thinking about the past. It's time to move forward. But the main energy here that I'm getting is, there has been, a betrayal, a breakup, something that hurt you immensely. But there is something positive coming out of this. This could be that the person returns back into your life. It could even be that there's somebody new coming in for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull one card from the Enchanted Map to see what it wants to tell you. What message is there for the sign of Pisces for November 26th through December 9th? What message is there for the sign of Pisces for November 26th through December 9th? What message is there for the sign of Pisces for November 26th through December 9th? Okay, I'm sure you heard that. There's a major jumping card here. You have metamorphosis. So I feel like, you know, if and I see something really painful and difficult happening in your love life right now, it is time for a change. And this card can mean, you know, for some of you that it is time to move on. Maybe not for everyone, but if you're in a situation where you're just miserable and somebody has, you know, cheated on you or lied to you or they're mistreating you in some way, it's really time for a huge change in your love life. So this card can be, you know, that it's time to move on, it's time to find somebody new, it's time for a divorce. It's a big change happening in your love life. Even for singles, if you've been kind of withdrawn from love, not dating, because you were hurt in the past, it's time for that to change. Just, you know, the message that I get from this card is all this painful energy that I see in this reading, all this difficult energy, you know, sadness, tears, unhappiness, feeling trapped. Like, I feel like something has to change, and this starts with you making decisions, careful decisions. And the main energies from both decks, really looking at your love life and your partner and yourself, your marriage, looking at it very carefully and seeing, you know, what is it that I'm not seeing here? Look at all the details, all the facts about your partner and about your love life. And I feel like this will help you to make the change that you need to make. Okay, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one more because I didn't really pull that card to jump for you. So let me pull one for you. What's the most important message that the sign of Pisces needs to hear from this deck for November 26th to December 9th? Talisman. So I feel this card is telling you that you, I mean, I was getting that from the Moon and the High Priestess because these are very intuitive, psychic energies. This means that you know the way. This means that you won't get lost. You won't make a wrong decision. I do feel like you need to use your intuition, but the Talisman card is just telling you that you already know the way to happiness. So singles, you already know that it's time to move on. You already know that, you know, it's time to put yourself out there. If you're in a relationship and there's a lot of unhappiness and misery, you know the path to happiness. And for some of you, it can just be, you know, talking things out, clearing things up. But for those of you where there is just kind of sheer misery, unhappiness, they're telling you with this card that you know the path to happiness. So you know the path to your next partner and you know what you have to do. Okay, so let me I'm going to pull one card for you from the Whispers of Love. I'm just going to pull it for you and I'm going to read from the book, and then I want you to use your intuition to see how this card applies to your love life. Okay, what message is there for the sign of Pisces for November 26th to December 9th? What message is there for Pisces for November 26th through December 9th? Okay, so let me pull one card. What's the most important message that Pisces needs to hear for November 26th through December 9th? You have card number 32. And it says, look at your patterns in relationships. So I think that's pretty funny considering what we've been talking about. At the bottom it says, it requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Okay, so let me go ahead and read from the book for you. Very significant considering what we have been talking about and the cards that you have. Okay, this is what the book says. Take time to look at the pattern in what drives you to attract this sort of person into your life in the first place. You'll then find that the next person you meet will have very similar qualities to your last partner, as this is what you are energetically attracting. Once you learn the lesson, you will be able to attract a healthy outcome. Okay, Pisces, this has been your weekly love reading. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again soon.